Good morning, everybody. This is Randy Maynard here at Mastercam Technologies, and thank you very much for signing into the webinar. Yeah, and so the first thing I want to do is, if you can hear me, raise your hand icons. It should look something a little bit like that icon right there. That way we'll know our audio is working. Okay, looks like everybody's doing that, so we're good to go there. So during today's webinar, everybody, in other words, we won't be able to hear whatever you're saying on your end. And but if you happen to have a question about anything that we're covering, there should be a question window there in the webinar. You can type in any question that you want, and it'll come up here on our screens. And so we have Mitch and Chad are going to be answering the questions. So some of them they might type back to you, and others a little bit later on when we take questions, we'll just you know, speak them out there for everybody to hear and then answer those questions. So, and today's presenter, I'm going to hand it over in just a minute to Chris, and he's going to take care of the actual presentation. So on today's agenda is really all about X9. The first thing we're going to talk about is how to set up and link an account on Mastercam.com, and then a little bit about the X9 installation. That's fairly straightforward there, but a little bit about that. And then the last thing that we're going to cover is how to migrate your settings from X8 into Mastercam X9. And so one of the things that Mastercam X9 has is electronic delivery of any new software and updates. And it works similar to how Microsoft Office works, or Microsoft software. In other words, whenever there's an update, Mastercam's servers will notify your computer next time you start it up or log on. You'll get a little balloon that pops up in the lower right-hand corner that says there's a Mastercam update available, and at that point, just like a Windows update, you can choose to install it. So we're pretty excited about that new feature. It's just a way to keep your software really up to date. You know, they might update a translator, they might who knows what they might choose to update, I guess, and send you out a notification, and you can just click on the link and install it. So, anyways, just the three main things that I wanted you to take away from today's webinar is that it is a fairly simple, straightforward process, and that's what we're going to show you here today on how to get your X9 installed. And just know that we're here to help. If you happen to have any questions, any problems, any concerns, give us an email, give us a call, and we'll take care of any of those questions. And I guess with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris.
Good morning, everyone. So the first thing I want to talk about this morning is creating a Mastercam account. Some of you guys may have a Mastercam account already, a username and login that you use on the Mastercam website. For those of you who do, I'll go into a little more detail later about linking your account. But if you don't, I'll show you how to create one and get going. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to www.mastercam.com and click the register link that you'll find in the upper right corner of your header bar there. And when you do, you'll be asked to enter your name and email address and a password, confirm that password. Pretty standard stuff if you're signing up for a username. You have to definitely do the CAPTCHA at the bottom there and agree to the terms of use. And then if you click Create Account, you'll get a notification, then an email will be sent to you, and you can validate your account by using a link in that email. Again, for those of you who already have a Mastercam account, I'll show you later how you can go about linking that account without having that email.
Someone requested you to speak a little bit louder.
Oh, sorry. I'll speak up. So before you can link your account, you have to generate a linking code. There are 3 ways to generate a linking code for your Mastercam account. The first option will be if you've got Mastercam 8, you can use the help menu. I'll show you a little bit about that here in just a minute. You can run the code generator found in your Mastercam folder. Now this only works if you've got X7 or newer. And again, we'll go over that in a little more detail here in a second.
Just hold on a second. Is everybody having a hard time hearing Chris right here? We've got one guy that is. Raise your hands if you're having a hard time hearing what he's saying. Okay, a couple people. Do we have a volume on that? Right now, like.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, go ahead and keep talking.
Okay.
Raise your hands as he's talking to see if that's a little bit better.
So just to review a little bit here, Mastercam X8, you can use your help menu to generate your linking code. If you've got a version earlier than X8, some of those versions will have a code generator in the Mastercam folder. I'll show you where to find that here in a minute. And if not, you can contact us and we can generate a code for you. So the first option would be using your help menu in Mastercam X8. If you click on help, you'll have an option there to link on mastercam.com. And when you click on that, a code will be automatically generated, and the dialog box, similar to one up there, will be on your screen. That linking code can either be copied and pasted if you are connected to the internet. If you're on a computer that isn't connected to the internet, then you can save that code as a text file and copy it to a thumb drive or something like that and take it to a computer that is connected. If you're running Mastercam X7 MU2 SP1 or newer, you can run the linking code generator found in your Mastercam folder. And we believe the date on that release was June 16th of 2014. If you're not sure, again, you can always contact us. We can help you out there. But if you go to your active Mastercam directory, either your under Program Files, MCAM X7 or MCAM X8, the file should be right in that directory there. You can double click on that, and again, it'll generate the code for you. If you're running something older than Mastercam X7 MU2, you're going to need to contact us. We can get you the necessary files. So once you've generated your code, you can either log into Mastercam using the automatically generated ID and password that you created when you made your account. You'll be prompted to link your account with your Mastercam SIM, and that linking code that we talked about a few minutes ago, you can copy and paste that in there, and then click Link My Account to finish the process. If you've already got a Mastercam username and log in, then just log into your, go to the Mastercam website, log into your account, and you can click on your handle in the upper right corner of your screen. That'll have your username, and under Account and Contact Info, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll find an option to link your account. And again, just paste that linking code in there and click Link My Account. At that point, you'll have access to all the forums and downloads. So then you can download the X9. So when you download your X9, there's going to be 3 different installation packages there. There's a web download, a full install, and a full install in ISO form, which can be used to burn DVDs. Mastercam X9 will only run on a 64-bit operating system. You cannot install it on a 32-bit operating system. And I also want to let you guys know that all the products here are standalone. They don't require any previous versions of Mastercam to be installed, and all your older versions will continue to function normally.
Windows 7.
Oh, and you have to have Windows 7 as well, or newer. The web download is the smallest of the downloads. It comes in at just under a gig. And it does not include the ART, Mastercam ART, the CATIA translator, or the wire power libraries, or some of the utilities. You can, if you go to the downloads page, you can click on the self-extracting exe there. It's going to, you're going to download the file Mastercam X9 web.exe, save it somewhere on your computer. You can double click on that executable file and then just follow the install instructions. The full install, which includes ART and the other stuff we were talking about there, the CATIA translator, wire power libraries, some of the utilities, is the second largest there. You can click on the Mastercam X9 USB.zip file, save that, and extract the contents of that to a thumb drive, USB drive. It'll create an executable file as well. So if you then click on your thumb drive, find your setup.exe, double click on it, and follow the install instructions. If you have a DVD burning software, you can download the ISO image. It's pretty much the same as the full install. It does include everything. But you take the ISO file, use your DVD burner to copy it to a DVD, and then you can move that from computer to computer and install the software. Same way you're going to want to navigate and find that setup exe and follow the install instructions. So now you're going to need to get some of your files from X8 or previous versions into X9, and we'll talk a little bit about the migration process. After you've installed X9, just fire that up. You're going to go to the File menu and then click on Migration Wizard. We have two kinds of migration. We've got the basic and the advanced. The basic will move all of your previous version files. We recommend the advanced. You can kind of be a little more selective about what you convert over. So the advanced option, under the file locations, you can choose your shared MCAMX and your My MCAMX directories, and you're going to want to choose the version that you're currently using. That may be X7. You know, we've got it set here for X8, but if you've been using X7 primarily, you're going to want to choose that version. And the destination folder should automatically be the shared MCAM X9 or My MCAM X9. You shouldn't have to worry about changing those. And under file types, you're going to want to uncheck your part files from that list. You may have quite a few of them. They can take some time to convert over. So we usually leave those out. We'll open them on a needed basis. So you can still open X8 files, X7 files in X9, and then save them off as X9 files as you need to. There will be an option to choose versions. Just to point out, it only goes back to X6. If you've got older version Mastercam files, those can't be converted. And once again, you'll want to use, if you've been running X7, you'll want to choose that instead of X8.
The only thing I was going to say, what Chris meant to say, those can't be automatically converted. You can still read in older files into X9. You know, you can read in a lot older files than X6. They just can't be automatically converted there.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Okay.
You can read in you know, Mastercam part files from older versions, definitely. We just can't convert say posts and things like that from version's older than X6.
Right.
When you're done selecting everything, you'll get kind of a summary page here that lets you know what you've selected, and if you click Finish, the process will start. It should only take a few minutes, and your file should be converted. A few things to keep in mind. It will take a few minutes depending on how many files you have. If you exclude the part files, it shouldn't be too long of a process. If you're starting with a new computer, then you'll need to copy some files from the old computer to the new one first. For that process, we kind of recommend something like this, where we're going to create a folder called Migration. Usually we'll put it on the desktop. You can copy the files from the old computer, put them in that folder, and the rest of the migration process is going to be very similar. You're going to want to set a destination folder depending on what type of file you're trying to convert those. So we're going to recommend converting one file type at a time. If you're going to transfer posts, they have a special destination, that posts folder, so you're going to want to choose just post files when it comes to your file types to convert. Same thing with like machine and control definitions. They're going to have the same destination folder, so you can convert those simultaneously, but you're going to want to, choose the file types that you're going to convert. And don't hesitate to call us for assistance if needed. We're always here to help you. And we've done quite a few of the migrations, so we've got some experience doing it. There's no reason for you guys to have a headache. Just give us a call.
Okay, so I guess that's really the extent of our webinar today, as far as what we wanted to show you, which was how to set up your account on Mastercam.com, which files that you should download, and then a little bit about the migration utility. So I guess at that, does anybody have any questions? Are there any questions coming in there, Mitch?
Well, we just got one.
Okay.
When you migrate, is it going to overwrite the older files? No, it is. It's not going to overwrite the files. It's going to update the files and bring them into X9. So your older versions will completely be intact. You won't have any problems with still running X8. It's just going to migrate those settings to the new software, so that older version should remain good.
That's something too. I'll just kind of elaborate on a little bit. When you install, well, really any Mastercam version, but when you install X9, it is its own independent installation. It's not an upgrade of what you currently have. So it's going to install in its own new folders, and then it's just going to make copies and update of your configuration files. So when you finish the migration that Chris just outlined here, at that point you're going to have two functioning versions of Mastercam on your computer. You're going to have your old version, whether that's X7 or X8 or whatever it is, and you're going to have the new version, X9. So you can choose to use X9 in any way you feel. You can jump in with both feet and just cut all ties with the old version and start using X9. That's what some people do. Some people like to use it on a few jobs here and there until they get their feet wet, and then migrate to it. So it's, like I said, it's important to know that you're not uninstalling your old version of Mastercam. It's still going to be there. You're just installing a new version.
And just to add to that too, regardless of where your source folder and destination folder are, your destination folder is going to be your new MCAM X9 directory, but your source folder will remain intact. That's just a place to get the files that are going to be converted. The files that are in that folder are going to be left just the way they were before, so they are not going to be overwritten.
Any more questions there, Mitch?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll get to one. One person's asking, is it the same for SolidWorks? I think that's a good question. Yes, it is the same procedure for SolidWorks. On the full install, If you download that, you'll actually have two choices, whether you want to install a standalone Mastercam or Mastercam for SolidWorks. So you can choose that. If you have Mastercam for SolidWorks and don't have a standalone, then you just download the Mastercam for SolidWorks. There's a separate page for that on there. So.
Okay, I've got one here. Will the menu style migrate? Now, that's kind of a tricky question because earlier than X8, we were not using the .workspace files. So the newer versions, like if you're going from X8 to X9, if you've got your workspace file, that is just a text file. You can physically, that should come over, or you can physically just grab that out of, it's going to be in your My Amcam X8 folder in the config folder, and if you created one, like in my instance, it might be Mitch.workspace, I could just copy that right into the Amcam X9 config folder. And that takes care of your toolbars and your menu styles and that kind of stuff there. So yeah, all that should come over. So let's see.
There's one here asking, do I need to have the USB HAS key plugged in during installation? Yes, you will. You also need to have your HAS plugged in for the linking process as well. And you also need admin rights for the install.
Let's see. Well, I had one question here. It says, do you have any idea when the viewers will be out? And I'm not sure if you're, Chris, if you're,
edition.
Yeah, if it's the HLE, that should be out very shortly, within the next couple weeks.
So the home learning edition is in beta right now. They'll probably release it in a couple weeks. Yeah. So.
One about converting post. Yeah, that should work. You know, pretty smoothly. I mean, it always has. You know, in the past. I'm not aware of any serious parameter changes in post where they should cease to function or blow up in the update. So the post processor should be pretty good to go.
There's one question here. Does the X8 HASP or dongle work with X9? Yes, it will. You will have to update your HASP code. That would be like your yearly maintenance code you receive, but yes, it does have to be updated, but still uses the same HASP, same software key. Another one here, is there a webinar demoing the new features? We are planning something in the future on that. Probably some rollouts and maybe a webinar in there. We will let you know as soon as we get dates nailed down for that and get plans finalized, but we are planning on something for that.
It looks like you answered the other question there. So I think we've...
Question here, if I have a net HASP, do you still have to do the linking? Yes, you do. Just have to have access to the net HASP to be on a computer that has Mastercam installed on it for that. And again, if you have any problems linking or installing or migrating any of that stuff, please give us a call and we'll be glad to help you out, you know, through it.
Now, just something that I'll mention about setting up those accounts and linking and that sort of thing. You know, just like any other website that you go to that may have an account. You know, once you have an account under an email address or under a username, if you try to set another one up under that same email address or username, it's going to tell you that you can't do it because it's already, you know, the name's already in use. You know. Having said that, you can set up, if you've got 10 people in your company that use Mastercam and they each want to have their own account for whatever reason, you can have 10 accounts. And even if you've only got one seat of Mastercam with one SIM, you can still have 10 accounts set up. Just everybody's got to have a unique you know, username and email address. And
you both answered.
And each time that you set up that account, you can link it, and you can create that linking code. And they tell me that those linking codes are a one-shot deal. They're unique every time that you create them. So
yeah, they actually have a time and date in that link.
they have a time and date. But anyways, the bottom line is you can create as many of those linking codes for accounts as you want. So like I said, you don't have to have one company account. And so if someone in a company has had the master account set up, let's say, and they quit or they're off sick and you want to get on there and download, no problem, just set up your own account and you're good to go. Any other questions? You guys are typing and looking there, but
we are recording this webinar. A couple people have asked, will this be available? Yes, it will. We will make it available, and Randy will post it up to our Facebook page, I'm assuming, and probably email where you can listen to it.
Yeah, of course, we've got everybody's email address of people that signed up, so I can send you a link to this recording if you want.
Okay, we did have a question about virtual servers and using a NetHasp. You know, Mastercam is in the process of moving to software licensing, you know, using the code meter that you've probably seen installed. Now, at this point, we're still using the HASP. Now, I don't exactly know when that total transformation is going to happen, but we have had pretty decent luck using, you know, these little USB, like anywhere USB type deal where you can plug it right into the LAN, install the driver on the virtual server, and you know, basically follow the instructions when you install the NetHasp. You just, you know, tag that IP address in the USB anywhere, and then those type of things work pretty decently for that. Or the other option is you can put that on a client machine. It doesn't necessarily have to run on a server. So there's a couple options there if you're moving to VLANs now. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see, we got anything else? I think that looks like we may have gotten all of them.
Well, I see one up there. What's that? It says, is the next version going to be called XX?
We already got that.
Oh, you answered that one? Oh, okay. No, it's going to be called 2017.
Yeah, it's going to have a year tag instead of a...
Yeah, they're changing over to, we didn't want to get so many versions that we was going to have a XXX version.
Right.
So,
there was some copyright infringement with no techies.
Yeah, but no, the next version, by the way, is supposed to be coming out around May of 2016. So a little less than a year from now, about 10 months from now, May of 2016, and it'll be called Mastercam 2017. And then that is the release cycle that they want to be on. That's what they want to stay on, releasing in the late spring every year, around the May-ish time frame.
Well, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Did you mention that with the Mastercam license, you can also do Mastercam for SolidWorks?
Oh, no, and I will just throw this in. You know, this is kind of going to be covered in an update webinar or a rollout webinar that we're going to have. But if you haven't heard yet, if you haven't seen it, I've sent out a couple of emails on it. But anybody who has X9, either mill product or lathe product, automatically beginning with X9 has the ability to run Mastercam for SolidWorks. So that used to be an option in the past, but Mastercam's just turning it on for everybody. And so what that means is, like I said, if you've had Mastercam mill or Mastercam lathe, then if you have SolidWorks and you install it on your computer, then you can run the Mastercam inside of SolidWorks, called the Mastercam for SolidWorks product. Which is basically all the Mastercam toolpaths the same menu dialog boxes and windows, that sort of thing. It's just that we're writing them on directly inside SolidWorks on the SolidWorks model. So is that it? Is that all?
That's it. We're clear.
Okay, so we don't have any more questions. I want to thank you all for attending. I hope you all have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. And don't forget, if you have any questions, any problems, any concerns with the linking or the installation or the migration, please be sure and give us a call or an email.
Absolutely, and we'll be getting some more information out there, doing some rollouts, webinars, or you know, we haven't really decided which yet, and you know, for the new features in X9. So I think there was a question about that earlier. So
yeah,
we'll be sending you some information soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks.